You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.
Hey, Bronny, we're actually in your apartment.
In my married apartment.
Husband and wife. I like it. It's very nice.
Yes.
It's immaculate.
The first time I've lived with a woman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to make a joke.
Mom.
Okay, true. But it's been good so far.
And you know, how's Bryce doing? Being that you're not living with him anymore. Have you asked him?
No. I mean, it's only been 2 weeks. And I'm sure he's been with his girlfriend.
Well, she's studying for the bar exam.
Yeah.
Bryce has come a long way. Maturing.
Although now that I think about it, because Bryce hates being alone. So I've just thought,
I got to ask him.
He's been with his
Why
girlfriend.
does she have a thing called Difficult Men?
What he's referencing is there's a rainbow bookshelf.
Color code.
We just went to Goodwill one day and we just bought books in different colors. So those are just random books. There's no.
I guess you couldn't get Difficult Woman because there's too many books. But I'm pumped. Yeah. So I got to ask Bryce how he's doing. And you still have your shit in the apartment. Yeah.
I mean, I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. Sold / just donated. But like a lot of stuff I have to sell. I just haven't gotten around to.
What are you doing with
yet.
the couch? And that's a shame. I just bought that fucking couch.
Well, the couch, I think Bryce will take.
He doesn't like Julie's getting a little. I agree, but
I was over at her apartment on Friday,
yeah, and
he was like, "We're getting a new couch." He was like, "What do you mean? I love this couch." He was like, "It's nice looking, but we're getting a new couch.
It's not functional."
Yeah,
and it's a nice
you
rug.
should take the old couch. Hana and I.
It's not even old. It's a year old, right?
Yeah, but that's what. Yeah,
right.
Hana just doesn't want a gray couch. She wants a lighter couch, but she wants that couch just in like white or tan.
Gotcha. And what about that rug? That was a nice rug too.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Either Bryce or I will take it.
And what do you do with your bedroom set?
Sell it.
Yeah,
I had that stuff for like 10 years now.
You're right.
Yeah.
I get it. Oh, was that your college one?
It was. We got it the day I moved to LA. Remember we went to that place?
Yeah.
And we
no,
bought
I
all
get
that
it.
stuff.
Sell it. You've got good use out of it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Very, very good use. I've used it in like 4 different apartments, moved it throughout. Now it's time, I have a king bed now, grown up.
Wow.
I've never had a king bed before.
How do you feel in that?
It's the best thing ever. I'll never be able to go back.
You can never go back.
No, never. We could just bought fancy ass sheets.
Really?
They're terrible.
I don't even have fancy ass sheets.
We were at an outlet that had them, so we literally got them for like half of what they would cost. But we were planning on getting new sheets anyways. We just got.
You're a married couple. That's what you do.
Yeah, we just got money for our wedding. We were like, let's get a nice pair of sheets because we both like that. Like we value that. Nice pillows, nice sheets, comfy. I don't mean expensive.
I get it.
So she's like, oh, we got to get this brand. It's really.
Who makes
They're
it?
really known. Fret, it's called. Apparently it's like people who know.
It's not on a coaster.
That's right.
Are you in trouble?
No.
Okay.
Like apparently people listening.
But she's going to get mad at me because mine's not on a coaster. Okay, good.
People listening will be like, oh, Fret, wow. They're ass. Because they don't breathe. I've woken up every morning in a puddle of sweat.
Wow.
That's
because you're also hairy.
But it's because they don't breathe. So hundreds of dollars on sheets,
but
they're not good.
They're cotton and a good thread count.
It's a great thread count.
They should breathe.
They're very comfortable. You'll have to go feel them. They're very comfortable. Okay. But so far, I haven't gotten used to them. But remember when you bought like $300 pillow and then you hated it?
No, like $700 pillow.
Oh yeah.
I still use them, but
you do? I thought you returned it.
No, but I got another one. But they actually died. They get too thin, and I don't want to.
Just first world problems, guys.
I have a hard time. I have a hard time finding good pillows.
Me too.
That's an important
thing.
Han and
I tasked we literally said next Saturday that is our task. We are finding pillows because these are these pillows. She got them on Amazon.
Down?
No.
You can't. You gotta have down.
Of course, that's what we're getting. She just bought these. It used to be the guest room in her apartment, and now it's our room.
Oh, so you moved the rooms?
Yeah, because that room had when she lived here alone, before I lived here, she lived in a queen bed in that room. And she got a king bed for her guest room. And now we've moved into the guest room with the king bed.
Actually, I knew it because that's a Jack and Jill bathroom.
Yeah.
But no one's here, so it doesn't matter.
No.
All right, so that's a bigger room?
It's the same size as that room.
So why don't you take the other one?
Bed. Why don't we? Because I don't want to move the beds. We're only here for a month and a half more.
Gotcha.
I don't want to,
schlep
all the beds across the hall. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Understood.
Yeah.
Too funny.
Yeah, but we are doing the pod first and probably last time we're doing the podcast from this apartment. Just because we're moving. This apartment's temporary.
Do you know where you think you want to move? Have you given some thought to it?
I don't really want to stay in Brickell, but I think we're just going to end up staying in Brickell
Why is that?
because it's where all the apartments are.
You can go to Midtown.
I don't like Midtown. I would do Edgewater maybe,
Oh, Edgewater.
or I would go south to like somewhere in Coral Gables because that's close to work and close to school, and I like it down there. But most of the apartments are here. This is where all the
Listen, this is a
apartments are.
short-term area.
Yeah, I'm just over it. Like, it takes you 10 minutes to do anything.
I
in here.
agree. The traffic.
Yeah, but it is nice because all the things are here.
And you
We
know,
want to get a bite to eat. We just walk there.
and
A lot of
that's-
other places.
That's huge, by the way.
Yeah, even it's like, oh shit, we forgot milk. Okay, I'll just walk. There's a market in the building. I just walk downstairs and
And
go
if
get
you
it.
do have a kid in a year or so and you want to go for a walk and have to get in the car, you can go out to eat. It's a big difference, and there is a convenience factor.
Yeah, yeah. I go get my coffee beans. I walk across the street to the cafe right there.
I go get my coffee
and get the beans. Yeah, because I have my machine over there. That was the first thing I brought over here when I moved in.
That's a nice little machine.
Coffee machine. Oh yeah, I've had that thing for like 7 years.
Use it every day.
I paid $600 for it, and at the time I was like, "This is the most
Your
expensive
teeth are
thing."
so white, by the way.
Thank
I
you.
love it.
I was like, "This is the most expensive thing I've ever purchased."
Now it's like the cheapest thing.
No, well, not just that, but it's like it's paid for itself and some. Because I make
And how
one,
nice your
two-
mother-in-law got you one for the place out in her house when you stayed there. How
Yeah,
nice is that?
Very nice.
Yeah.
She said she bought it for herself, but Hannah told me no one in the family uses it. I just am the only one that uses it. If my
It's
voice,
cute. It fits good there.
thanks. If my voice gets scratchy, everyone, I've been sick. Just I apologize. It's been wedding recovery. Someone was sick at the wedding because everyone got sick after it. Everyone, all my friends were
But
texting
Uncle
me.
Adam,
Yeah,
he's already had COVID. He got so sick.
someone was spreading. It was a super spreader event. Hannah and I both got really sick. AJ texted me he got sick. Thomas got, like, all my friends
Interesting.
told me they were sick after the wedding. I don't know what it was.
We'll never know.
Yeah, but I'm fine now. I started my job. We're just doing, I guess, a quick catch
Yeah,
up.
give a little catch up on Bronny's life.
Isn't it crazy? A month ago, just from a month ago to now, unmarried and not working, and I have a job and I'm married. So
Are those both good things or bad
Great
things?
things.
I'm only teasing. Yeah.
great things.
I think it's nice. It's good stuff. You've come a long way, and our listeners have seen had the opportunity of following. It's pretty cool. It'll be cool to see
They've
your
been there
kids.
for the whole thing.
It'll be pretty cool to see your kids watching this stuff and get their
Oh
thoughts.
my
on it.
god! Especially now that like they'll be seeing their mom
Right.
too, and
They'll be seeing
hear
their dad
their dad
before
talk
you even
about-
knew your mom.
Right, exactly. That'd be so cool if I had video of you talking about like your life beforehand and after, and like I'll have been able to watch your change, because I think I've changed over the years as we've been together.
100%.
So I think it'd be really interesting to be able to watch that and be like, oh wow, dad's talking about when he first met mom. Oh, that's so
I
interesting.
think it's very cool.
Yeah.
I'm the same. That'd be like, wow, that's
Over
great.
the years of the podcast, you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think
the
you've even mellowed out over the years of the podcast.
same. Could be.
Or maybe just the world has, I don't know. I feel like in the first year of the podcast, you got like things really, really triggered you. And now it's just like, which is good for you. Maybe it's not good for the content, but it's good for you as a person.
Yeah,
I think you get less
but
bothered by things. Now.
I probably get less bothered by things because everybody, it's all good stuff. But it is going to be very cool, like in 20 years, that as the grandpa to watch my grandchildren watch it.
Yeah, imagine.
I'd want to watch it with them.
Yeah.
Like we can go to the movie theater and watch it. How cool would that be?
It'll be playing in our brains.
Oh, that's
together.
so fucked up. Like, let me in your brain. Let me in your brain.
Yeah,
right?
let's share it. And let's
Number
share our
724.
thoughts.
Let me get in your brain. I'm going,
Like,
wow.
it's going to be named number 724.
I'm teasing you. Everybody will be beige. Nobody will be white.
No, not anymore.
America won't be
All the beige
America.
people are getting kicked out. That was a big
No,
thing to talk about.
I think it's too
today.
late. It's too late. It's gonna be all Muslims. All right, go ahead, Bronny. What do you want? What's the topics? Is your computer on?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I have them in my head too, because there's like they've been
Share your brain. Share your brain.
number 724. There have been like a few crazy things. Okay, so let's first talk about the Trump Elon fallout. Did you hear about this?
So they're not getting along, right?
Not getting along. They're actively like hating each other in the public
Why
eye.
though? Why?
Okay,
So I want to say so. My buddy Scott, Scott.
Isn't this couch uncomfortable?
That's okay. Scott said it's a scary thing. He called this. He called this. He said to me,
Scott's been on the show.
It's a scary thing when he says it might be great, but he thinks Trump's doing a big mistake, and he likes Elon, getting into bed with Elon, because if Elon's so volatile on the spectrum, whatever, and if he doesn't get along or like something, or you don't. He's so powerful with social media, he could destroy you.
Yeah, potentially. So you're saying he should have never brought Elon into the fold?
I mean, that's a guy to be a little bit concerned with. It's good until it's not good.
Yeah, but
so tell me what's going on, because I know of it. I don't know why and what the issue is.
So have you heard about Trump's big beautiful bill? That's what he's been calling it. Have you heard about it? For a couple of weeks now, he's been trying to get this big beautiful bill passed. That's what he's been calling it.
Yes.
Do I know what's really in it? No,
me neither.
But he's been talking. Oh, the big beautiful bill. Everyone's going to love my big beautiful bill. So that's what everyone's been calling it now. Elon, when Trump first announced his support for this thing, Elon was publicly saying, I don't think this bill's a good idea.
Okay.
Because Elon's point, his side, which I'm on his side throughout this whole, it's like a fight. And everyone's saying it's oh, the parents are fighting and we're sent off into the room to play video games while our parents are yelling. That's how everyone's treating this. And I'm on Elon's side of this because Elon said Trump's whole thing was, I'm going to slim down the government. I'm going to save the taxpayers' money by getting rid of needless government spending and lowering the spending. I'm going to try to, I'm a businessman. You're bringing me in to save the deficit, right? I'm going to bring the deficit down. That's literally what Trump ran on. That's why Elon was with him. Doge, the whole point was slimming down the government and removing waste. So Elon's, over the last couple of weeks, has been this bill is undoing everything that we were just doing in Doge. It's $3 billion of taxpayer money towards just random shit in the government.
So why is he doing that?
Government. Why is Trump doing it?
Yeah.
I don't know. The lobbyists probably got to him. So Elon has been saying, I don't support this bill. Him and Trump have been fine, but Elon's just been yeah, I don't support this bill. It's whatever. And then the bill has been going through and Trump is yes, we're going to get this passed. We're going to get this passed. And Elon is this is not what you promised me and the taxpayers. A lot of people voted for you to save their taxpayer dollars. And this bill is just spending them willy-nilly on nonsense. So he was I'm against this. Trump. And then so, it started because they're both egotistical guys. So they just started escalating because Trump's why aren't you're my boy, why aren't you supporting my bill?
Children.
And then Elon has started being Trump's a liar, he's been lying to us, he lied to me, he said that he wanted a small government, meanwhile he's just like all the rest of the politicians, this is evidence, this bill, all this stuff. So then they had a huge fallout and they were going back and forth. Some of the tweets have since been deleted, but they were going back and forth on Twitter. It's like children.
I really don't. I don't understand why Trump would do that then.
Why he would do this bill?
Yeah.
I think it's because...
Again, I know nothing about it, so I'm just making
me neither.
General statements.
Also, Elon said somewhere, he was the only reason the bill passed the House was because Trump and his guys put it forth and gave everyone 60 minutes to read the bill, which was 5,000 pages. And they all just did it because Trump said that, apparently he's playing politics.
But that's how they do it every time.
But that's what Trump was against. The whole point of Trump is I'm not like these guys. I don't play the politics game. I'm transparent and I'm not going to waste your money. And this bill isn't transparent. No one really knows what's in it. They passed it without actually reading it. The people don't want it. And it's wasting taxpayer dollars. It's everything Trump was against. And so Elon's I'm out.
I wish I knew more about the bill.
So, sorry. And so it started getting more and more. They started calling each other names and shit. And they started fighting and fighting. Let me see if I can find some of the tweets. Some of them have been deleted.
It is a shame it got to this point.
That one got deleted. What's this?
Why are they getting deleted? I thought he doesn't delete the stuff.
Elon's been deleting his tweets, which is also weird.
Why would he do that?
I don't know. Maybe because it's an actual threat. One of the tweets he tweeted, he said, okay, fine, I've had enough. The truth has come out. The real reason why the Epstein files haven't been released is because Trump is in them. And he dropped that on Twitter, which is that's crazy.
Interesting. And that's deleted now.
That has been since deleted.
Shit.
Which is I believe Elon. Because Trump, you always say to me, why do you, last episode, you were why do you care so much about the Epstein files? I'm it's not the Epstein files, it's that they they made promises and they haven't kept them because the real powers that be have gotten to them. Trump ran on this whole thing. The Epstein files are going to be released. And then
interesting.
Elon now says the only reason that they haven't been released yet is because Trump's in them. And then reporters were all asking Trump at a press conference. You know, Trump loves to talk about anything. He answers all the reporters' questions, or even if he doesn't, he'll say, that's a stupid question. Next, right? He does shit like that. Every reporter's been asking him about Elon's comment about the Epstein files, and he pretends like he doesn't hear them, which is like, that's not what he does.
No, that's an issue.
Yeah. It's a little scary, like a little
It's an
telling,
issue.
I think.
Oh, yeah. What a shame.
So they've been fighting back and forth, and then tweets have been deleted, which is very anti-Elon. Elon's all about,
why
like,
would he
just
do that? Right.
He's like, I don't give a fuck. He always says that. He goes, I'm uncancelable. I don't give a fuck. But he's deleting stuff.
There's a ring there. It's wet.
Yeah, but it's plastic.
Okay.
Hold on. I don't know where the other coasters are. She hid them.
Well, just a paper towel. I'll get one. Okay. What about what does Joe Rogan have to say about this?
So Kash Patel, I think they're here. Kash Patel, the director of the FBI, was on Rogan this week. By coincidence, I guess. Or maybe it was like coordinated. He was on Rogan this week, and Rogan asked him about it. He was like, what's up with this Trump, Epstein file stuff? And the director of the FBI said, that's not my lane. I can't talk about that. And it's like, first of all, that is your lane. But if you're saying that, that means he
has
knows
instructions
something.
not to say anything.
And he knows something. But it's like, you can't go on Rogan and be like, oh, that's like, you go on Rogan because you're going to talk about whatever. That's the whole point.
So what was he on Rogan for?
I think it's great that that a director of the FBI is going on a podcast and just talking for 3 hours.
I think it's interesting.
I think it's excellent because it's like, oh, we can actually know these people. I don't know if I've ever heard the voice of another FBI director in my entire life.
No.
They always they're like secretive, you know?
Interesting.
Let me see if I can.
Wow, the
find
whole
it.
Elon thing, and Trump, that's fucked up. That's a shame.
Kash Patel, Rogan.
There you go.
Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day. Jesus Christ.
I'm not participating in any of that conversation
What
between
is he?
Elon
Have a
and Trump.
nice day, DJD. Someone should take his phone away.
They're going back and forth about different things, and
Yeah. Listen,
Well, he said he was disappointed in Elon.
yeah, they told him to leave.
Jesus Christ, that's a crazy thing to say. How does he know? Does he know that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files? Or does he have access to the Epstein files?
I don't know how he would, but I'm just staying out of the Trump Elon thing. That's way outside
What
my
the
lane.
fuck are they doing?
The Epstein files are.
I know my lane, and that ain't it.
I just don't.
No, but he's taking a politically
I
correct
understand he owns Twitter.
statement.
I think it's bad for your mental health. I think posting
what's
things
bad for your
public
mental
all
health?
day
Twitter,
and
he's
arguing
saying.
with people all day is bad.
Joe was saying.
I don't do
Twitter's
any of
bad
that
for your
shit.
mental health.
I'm not even on it.
But the Elon Trump stuff, like now they're fully falling out. Like Trump has been saying, oh yeah, he's like he's a bad guy.
It's
like all of that.
terrible, though.
But then
aren't these are successful fucking adults, but they're like children.
They're like children. Yeah, they always have been. It's like those two.
Unbelievable.
But it's like everyone's saying,
what a shame.
because June.
It could have been so.
We're in June, which
Okay.
is Pride Month. So everyone's like, this is like a gay couple breaking up and like
Oh,
fighting.
God. It's a
petty.
shame it gets this. It's so sick. It turns me off. Terrible. Hey, can we divest for a moment? Look how they build the banisters and do this. Isn't it interesting?
I've watched this building. I've seen this building go up from scratch.
Couldn't they have made bigger balconies? Why so narrow?
Yeah, they're very narrow. Those ones.
I mean, really
This
narrow.
one is too. In Access, they're big balconies. They probably have a certain square footage of the building, and then they'd rather maximize internal space than external space.
It's so interesting that they do this. All right, sorry. Yeah, not happy about it. But
And then also like Steve Bannon.
who's that?
He was Trump's chief of staff last time. Steve Bannon was like calling for deporting Elon. He was like, we need to deport Elon now.
Oh God.
Like it's like getting that
Oh
vicious.
God. This is fucking it's so stupid. It turns me off. Like just focus on the greater good of the American people in our country. This is so petty and childlike. It turns me and then you would like it's amazing how wealthy people can be and how childish they can be.
Yeah. And then a lot of people are joking. I haven't seen any of it yet, but I'm sure it's coming. A lot of people are joking, saying like, CNN 1 month ago, racist Nazi Elon Musk says not like drug addict, always says nonsensical shit, whatever. And then now because he's against Trump, they're going to say genius billionaire.
Of course.
Inventor,
And no one's going to burn. No
Musk.
one's going to burn the cars anymore.
Right. And then also a lot of people are joking, saying, "Shit, now my Tesla's going to be keyed by MAGA and by libs."
Oh, is that funny? And didn't someone who was telling me that Elon says I'm going to become a Democrat again?
No, people have been saying, "Oh, he's going to like swing hard the other way just out of spite to Trump." People are saying that that's like going to be his next move.
I don't understand. People lose sight of what's really important.
All Elon has been saying, the only reason why he's like crashing out like this is because he's stuck to the same thing for weeks now. He said, this bill is against everything that this administration said they were for.
And what's Trump's response to that?
He just keeps being like, whoa, the big, beautiful bill. Let me see if we can get a...
It's terrible.
Big, beautiful... Here. Oh, it's literally called One Big, Beautiful Bill.
Okay.
This is congress.gov.
Okay.
HR 1 from the 119th Congress. One Big, Beautiful Bill Act. That's what it's called.
Embarrassing, isn't it?
That's literally what it's called. I wonder if we can get like a... Here, so this is what it is from the White House from June 3rd. Delivers the largest tax cut in America. Makes the Trump tax cuts permanent. It raises America's tax home pay as much as $13,000 and wages by as much as $11,000. It reverses the spending curse plaguing Washington, D.C. Literally, what does that even mean?
I don't know what it means.
It delivers no tax on tips and no tax on overtime. It provides historic tax cuts for seniors. It finishes the border wall. It boosts Border Patrol and ICE agents on the front lines.
So far, these are all good.
It increases the child tax credit. It protects Medicaid. It implements popular work requirements. It eliminates hundreds of billions of dollars in green new scam tax credits. Oh, this is what Trump is saying is why Elon is pissed at him, because this one, it reverses not that one. This says it reverses the electric vehicle mandate, but Trump is saying that Elon is just mad at him because they're like removing the EV tax credit. Remember, like, you know, if you bought an EV, you got like $7,500 off your tax or whatever. So he's saying that Musk is just...
Do you think could be?
Maybe.
Maybe, who knows?
But then on one of my deleted tweets, one of the tweets that has since been deleted is Trump's tweet where he said, fine, if Elon doesn't want to be a friend of the administration, it's time to consider canceling all of our government contracts with SpaceX. And it's like... And then Elon said, fine, we'll just find, like, you guys will just have, he was like, fine, we'll do the space work for other companies and you guys won't have anyone in space. But it's like, that's not what a president should be doing. A personal
but that's that
thing.
Whole childlike, stupid ass thing where, you know, the tit for tat. He's like that.
Yeah. But I mean,
he's a child.
Dad's in crisscross applesauce.
Yeah, I'm getting
I mean,
comfortable.
this keeps going. It keeps going. I don't feel like reading through all this shit.
I don't like hearing these things because you have two successful people that could do such good for our country and the world, and then they're at odds now, and that's fucked up because they're not going to come back together and be...
After you call someone a child rapist, how do you come back together?
Who called a child rapist?
He said he was in the Epstein list. That's what you're implying by saying...
Gotcha.
That's literally what you're implying.
So here's Nell version 1.0 and version 2.0.
You can't say version 2.0 because that means the better version.
Oh, no, like, I'm just saying different model.
I know. Isn't that
just
funny?
saying.
He's crisscross applesauce. I don't have my tripod here, so I had to...
Yeah, the place
Oh, you do
doesn't
have
matter.
one.
We're all good.
Oh, well. We switched rooms
Because of the king size bed. We went through this whole thing.
And I didn't feel like breaking down both beds and
I'm
switching.
a little upset, though, with how dirty your place is. No, I'm
he's
not serious.
Hana.
I'm like, do you guys even live still? Do you live
He
here?
walked
anywhere?
in, he said it feels like someone went on vacation
For like
and
2
this
months.
is their house that they haven't lived in a month.
Isn't it so clean now? Everything's so clean.
Meanwhile, Hana said, "Oh, I'm
What?
Yeah, she told me. She said,
No.
"Oh, we can't have your parents seeing our place so messy."
I think it's
Like
cute.
messy. What are you talking?
I don't know
about?
if I like the difficult men book up there, but he told me the reason
He
why with
pointed
the
that
colors.
one out right away. I've never even noticed it.
It's the biggest cap bold print.
I've literally never noticed it.
And then I said they don't have books difficult women because it would take care of the whole thing.
No.
Yeah.
Are you getting your nails done? Okay, we're gonna be done in 30 minutes.
Let's just hang out. You can just be like cheerleaders.
All right.
Yes. Here we go. All right. We're back.
We got to
And
keep
we're
talking.
back.
There are people listening.
All right. All right. That's a shame.
But
That's a shame.
I-
I'm upset over it. I'm not going to lie
I don't
because
think-
they were a good team.
A great team.
Yeah, and really it's counterproductive. And will that work?
Yeah, it's fine. It'll adjust the color.
I'm not really happy about it because I don't like it, and I also don't like that. I just don't like it. I want Trump to continue what he's doing. I want Elon, who I respect and obviously very successful, and then these fucking idiots act like children. It
it's
shows
worse off for the country
it's bad for the country
because
okay?
the country's in a better place if Trump and Elon
the
are
two
working
of them
together.
100%. And now it's gonna be very bad because they're gonna
Wait,
focus.
Hannah, is that your water, Dad?
Oh, was that in the fridge on the shelf?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
Because what I'm saying is they're so like petulant children that, and they're not going to do it, and they're going to focus on this rather than what's really good for the people, and they have such ability to make the country better and make the world better, and they're both so powerful that I'm so turned off by it, and it shows you
It's really disappointing.
it's so disappointing. And in addition to that, I can't. It shows you that as you get, and you don't see it yet because you're in your 20s, but
1 year left.
no, but what I'm saying is, as I've gotten older, you really see how people, no matter how old you get, and no matter how much money you have or don't have, you bring in your petulant, childlike behavior into your life. So you could be like, you could be 7 years old, 6 years old, 9 years old, whatever it is, and you could still act like a child because you never resolve the issues of your fucked up shit that when you were fucked up as a younger person. And it really isn't. It is interesting. It is interesting.
Mom, can you take your shoes off?
Nelly, I told Bronze when I came, I said, I want to pee on his toilet seat and I want to lower the air to 60. And I want to put, even though I'm not going to shower, can I just wet a towel and put it on the floor and leave it on the wood floor?
Please. First of all, you don't have wood floors. Second of all,
we did. Boniella, we did.
That was never me.
No,
That
doesn't matter.
That was Bryce and Bird. I never would do that.
I just want to open up the fridge and just stare for like 20 minutes.
And then
and
take all my
say,
food when you leave.
Hannah, you have nothing to eat in this house.
Oh, I
That's
never
what
say
I'm only
that.
teasing you.
You can show it. This is a drawing from our wedding of Hannah and I. Yeah, it'll be there if you show it like that. Yep, good job.
Let me see. I think it's very nice.
I love it.
I got to give Brian a lot of credit too with the getting your dress when the bridesmaid asked him about the kind of dress.
Oh, for
he was on the money.
On TikTok, on his top row.
the one of the dress.
What do you mean?
But by the way, also for those listening,
What's that mean?
Hannah is officially a wedding influencer on TikTok.
Yeah, you gotta tell about the people.
I'm sure most people who listen have seen it, but
Bryce, I'm just talking.
yeah, we talked
This
about
is-
how you
this
redid
is-
the dress,
this
right?
is
Yeah,
pretty.
we talked about that. So Hannah cut up like videos of the
I love this.
dress transformation and made a
Beautiful.
TikTok on it, and it went viral. And then People Magazine did a whole article on it too, which was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
No, it was really great. How cool though, even like me holding up the gloves on. I look like I could appraise her. How perfect was that?
Yeah.
You gave that picture?
Yeah, she
You're
did-
so good. You got that shit down to science. That was so funny. I was like perfect. Like it comes out of the box, whatever.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next
We're
thing.
moving on to the next thing. We did move on to the next thing. We talked
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the dress with TikTok.
I
Are they gonna talk all the time? Good. Yeah.
They're eating candy. No, enjoy your candy.
Good.
Children. Because before we got into talking about this, you were like, everyone's going to be beige and brown. And I was like, I don't know about that anymore because there's been a couple things.
I
this
hope
week.
I'm wrong, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't
So
think it's gonna
Trump
happen.
this week, their bigger story is the second one, but this is just interesting that happened this week. Trump, Hannah put a tattoo on me. It's a tattoo,
Oh, okay.
a temporary thing. She just drew them all on my feet.
Yeah, I did that to mom too, of course. Good.
What?
I draw mom.
No, this is literally temporary tattoo, like ink.
Oh,
It's like
oh, gotcha.
So Trump instituted
Goes in your
full-
skin. I'm very surprised someone like you.
I know. I was
That's,
very
that
against.
you're gonna have your kids are gonna have small taints.
I was very against it.
Hannah, you're putting ink that's gonna get in the bloodstream. That means your kids
He
have
said
very
I'm-
small taints.
He said, "I'm very surprised you let her do
I'm
that."
very shocked.
Well, she's my wife. I have
Too
to.
late. Terrible. Your kids gonna have web feet now, guaranteed. No question about it. kind of hard to poop
Okay.
water off the evil
So
spirits.
Trump instituted a travel ban on 12
I saw
countries.
that. Yeah, but those countries, who gives a shit about? Those are evil countries. Not
Cuba?
evil.
No
Yeah.
one from Cuba will be able to travel to America. Period.
What is the hang up with Cuba? I like Cuba. The people are nice. Cuba
Right,
was
the
great.
people, it's the government. It's because
The communism.
like there are Iranian people that are really nice.
Oh, I agree. I
But-
because I just tease when I
but
say they're terrible
but
countries.
the
I tease
government
that.
is bad.
It's a shame. Haiti
Was
Same
Haiti
thing.
on that
Yeah,
list?
Haiti's on that list.
There were a lot of the Congo. There were a lot of countries, and it's like I agree. I'm torn because the idea of it, I agree with. Like, you don't know who from Iran or not is posing as a spy, is coming here to collect secrets, is
I agree.
coming
Take
as
it.
a student. Like, I
Yes.
watched a show, great show by the way, called The Agency. I highly recommend it. It was on Showtime.
Okay.
It's about the CIA and how they train agents to for missions.
I can't have gum.
And one of the storylines in the show was there was a young girl. She probably was like a 25-year-old person. She was a CIA agent. She was recruited young because of her talents and whatever. And throughout the entire season, her goal was, she worked for the CIA, but her goal was to get behind enemy lines like in Iran, become a CIA agent embedded in Iran. So how she did it was she went to college. As
Like what they're doing in America right now. They're
Right.
all doing a fucking
But that's
America.
what it is. It's like she went to college posing as an engineering student because the college that she applied to and got into, they had a visiting professor from Iran, visiting engineer for the semester, and then the plan was for him to choose a handful of students to travel back to
Take
Iran
it
for an
back.
exchange program.
Yep.
So her mission was to get embedded with that group so that she would be able to get back to Iran as a student. But meanwhile, she was actually an agent working for
Yeah,
the
but
government.
that happens here.
So it 100% happens. So it's like, I understand, like, we have to make sure our country's safe and we can't be letting these enemy countries send people. But also then it's like, we live in Miami. There are so many people here that are Cubans that are like, I fucking hate my government. I want to come to America. And they've built Miami into what it is. You know, it's like,
I know,
they're
but
not bad
right now,
people.
for a little more on high alert, though, we have to there has to be some sacrifice made. Sometimes you have to do that.
I know, but who's decide? Like, what if Israel and American, like,
You can still
diplomatic
go there, you
relations-
just can't come here. That's the
Yeah,
difference.
but like, what if those relations, because they've been deteriorating, what if they keep deteriorating? People in America are like, you know what? Israel's a terrorist state, just like Iran, because
Yeah.
of what they've been doing in Gaza. What if in a year, because of this travel ban, they're like, you know what? Israel also now in the travel ban.
Okay,
It's like,
I get it. Listen,
when you just blanket ban innocent people from being able to visit, I don't know. It's
I had a couple
it's
of
tricky.
things.
At least,
You
like,
notice your blinds, one's under, one's
yeah,
over.
I've noticed that.
Okay, go ahead.
Like,
Sorry, Hannah.
China has really strict border policies. You can't just go to China. You have to go to an embassy. Like when I went to China, I had to go to Bobby went. She went to the embassy in New York. You have to go through an entire interview process to do a background check.
What's so bad about that?
No, but this is what I'm saying. All this stuff. Then they decide to give you a visa. They deny a lot of people, right? If they know that you're a journalist, they deny you. So that they do a research. Like I probably won't be able to go back to China now because I've spoken so poorly about them on the podcast. So they do their research. That is a happy middle ground. It's saying we're very strict with who we let in, but if we've decided that you're not a threat, we'll let you in. To do an outright ban, I don't think is a good idea. I think if we instituted something like that, like it's very strict to get in here from these countries, but you can go through the proper channels and get in. But for not a single Cuban, no matter what, if you have a Cuban citizenship, you can never come to America now. I just don't think that's American, you know?
Yeah, I hear you loud
We're the
and
land
clear.
of the free.
I hear
You should be able to come here if you want to come, and you're safe.
I hear you, but we have a lot of problems. I'm not making a judgment call. We have a lot of problems. Like even what's going on in the universities, big problem,
Yes.
big problem with these universities, especially MIT. You saw what
Columbia.
Columbia, Harvard. These are real big problems. So I don't know what the answer is, but we still, like Iran, again, not the people. I'm talking about the government and the ideology. These are very, very, very bad people and bad governments, okay? And bad for our country. We are letting way too many people, even though we're land free, it's getting ruined. It's getting destroyed
Yeah,
from.
but it's not. I'm not even saying come to live here because I agree. I don't think we should.
But they stay here. There's a
come to
difference.
visit.
No, they come. They stay here. He's saying that our system's a joke. They come here like and not. Look at the people that came over from the fucking border. Right, came over illegally.
Right, but then let's make it easier.
We
to
are,
track people.
but we are changing it. We are changing it, and we, but there's only so much you can do with so many, resources and people.
Yeah.
So you got to at some point you got to say, listen, if the pipe is leaking, I just got to shut the water off. I can't fix the leak. I just got to shut the water off, and then we'll worry about it once the and
Yeah.
So
but
I
there
don't.
are people. I've seen there are TikToks and stuff that I've seen, and that's why I say I'm torn between it.
There's always innocent people that's going to be affected with everything.
Yeah, but there's like people who are like students in America, have been enrolled here for like 3 years, right? They have 1 year left. It's summer, right? So they went back to Congo, right? Like, because that's one of the ones on the list. They went, or Afghanistan is on the list. They went back to Afghanistan for the summer to be with their family, and they were planning on coming back here to finish their last year of college.
Okay.
And now
You're right, but
now they have to decide. Some people are saying, I have to leave tonight to get back to America before this bill takes effect. But then that means they can never go home because then they won't be allowed back.
I know, but you're
It's
right.
just like, it's a shame.
Some things just are. There's always going to be people affected. What about
Yeah.
all the illegals that were let in there and the people got killed and raped and whatever? I mean,
I know, but that's why I think
There's no
do
right-
a strong visa screening process rather than
there's
a ban.
no right or wrong answer. Actually, no. Danny's wife is from where? Honduras?
Honduras is fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
But-
there wouldn't be an issue with
but
Honduras.
But we just can't let everybody in.
No, of course.
We can't. There's a lot of problems, and again, I don't have the answer to fix it all, nor do I have the answer even to make a small dent. But I do think that, and Trump is more matter of fact, like just off his the cuff and just says these statements. But I'm also okay with the fact that we don't need more people in our country right now. We don't. I'm sorry, we don't. It's not. It's just like this. How many people are in your apartment? At some point, even if you have a party, at some point, no more people can come in. It's just too much. It's too much. And we got to take care of America.
It just feels like a slip. Like, it just feels
it could be
dangerous to me.
But you know,
to
someone else will get elected in office and down the road, and they'll change it. That's what happens. Right? The people get fed up with it, they'll change it. But I do think that
backtrack too.
I do think there needs to be some harsh, steadfast rules in order to get America somewhat corrected. I don't know if we can get it ever corrected. I think we're still fucked. But there needs to be some hard, fast rules to stop and then recalculate and continue. That's just my opinion. And I think it's such bureaucracy and such a big government. It's hard with the lack of resources and the people. And I don't know. It's just. I get it. I feel for those people, but I also don't think between you and me. One last thing. Sorry, Brian. I think that before Trump even got involved in office, I was dead against all these foreigners coming to our country and coming into our colleges and taking spaces from Americans to get into it and be educated and go back. I always had a problem with that. I believe you take care of your own first. I hate to say that, but that's how I believe. And that was a big concern of mine. And we see it now. We see now how we're educating everybody but the Americans.
And how it's been a bad thing.
Yeah,
It
that's what I'm
hasn't been
saying.
good for anyone.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not. We're not making America better and
We're
greater.
making anywhere better. Like
It's making the other countries better.
Yeah, I guess.
And infiltrating and
Not even because they're not going back. They're just staying here and being like, I hate America. And it's like, we educated you.
But it's making their country strong because they infiltrate. You have them as teachers now. You have them as in political office. You have them becoming. They now graduate with degrees and they take the ideology and they change America.
Right.
It's destroying it from within because we allowed them to infiltrate it. This is just like what we talked about when you said that girl, the movie, The Agent that you're watching.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing. It's on a much larger scale and open in the public eye because come on and we'll educate you. Come on, you could be a teacher.
Right. And then 10 years of that. And now it's
Done.
Well, no, we've had like 10 years of like Muslim people becoming teachers.
Done.
And all
You
that stuff.
see it.
And then now it's like Muslim people can do no wrong, but Christian
see.
people, everything they do is
Everything
wrong.
now, the teacher,
That's
it's
what it is.
anti-America.
Yeah.
Anti-government, anti-capitalism, anti-merit
And
based.
culture, you really see culture swinging towards like pro-Muslim
Yes.
culture rather than pro-Western culture.
Because there's more of them.
like most people now, like they idealize Dubai, Saudi Arabia. Like those are the future where it's like, no. We need to make. I've been saying this for years though. Like it's a cultural war, and we need to make sure that
we're
Western
losing. Not only are we losing it, but
over Eastern culture.
Not only are we losing it, we're going to lose it. Look at it. Look at how.
Well, Europe's lost it. Europe's
done.
The death of Western culture and Eastern
right
ideology,
and
is
never
what's
getting
taking
back.
over.
Never getting that back. There's gonna be more strength and more with more and more numbers, and it's gonna happen. It's happening in America, and it's going to. I wonder if I'll see it in my lifetime. Let's say next 30 years, but there's no question you will feel it. You're gonna have to create your own little bubble in your own little pocket. And
you see that town? There's like a whole town that's being built in Minnesota or something that it's run under Sharia law, not U.S. law. It's a whole Islam town.
You don't think that's a problem?
Huge. It's like its own.
That's not a
city.
problem?
Yeah, and then there was this video that was going viral. Let me see.
That's a huge problem.
This video went viral this week. Let me see if I can find
Bronson, why you looking? You can hear me, right?
Yep.
I don't have a problem. People want to do it, but don't fucking change America. Do what you want.
Right. I mean, the whole point of the American immigration experience.
Why come here? Why do you want to come here and change it? You want to let America be American and do what you want with your. Let me say.
This is a Minnesota college graduation.
You saw MIT. What happened with the speaker, the student speaker, the valedictorian was giving a speech.
The gay guy who came up and was like free Palestine. That one.
No, anti-Israel.
Yeah. Right.
And they let flags and
I saw that.
And all the Jewish students were walking out. You know that's a fucking joke.
So this is a video of the lobby of the hall after a graduation. This is Minnesota. Okay.
There's so many Somalians in this bitch. Oh God. Any place you walk, you see all of that.
Everyone on purpose.
Everywhere.
All right, there you go. That's
so
not a problem.
Many Somalians in this bitch.
Wait, that's not a problem.
Look at
Any
this.
place
Wait,
you
this
walk.
looks like
Okay, I feel like I'm in the Middle East.
Yeah, this
You
is
see all of
Minnesota.
Everywhere.
Oh
so
my
many
God.
Every
Somalians
single
in this
one of
bitch.
them.
Oh God. Any place you walk.
You're done.
Yeah.
Any
No, you're
place
done.
You, walk,
You are
You see all of
100%
that?
Crazy.
your kids. So what are you gonna do with your kids? You're
everywhere.
gonna live.
What they
You got to live in a.
This is an elementary school graduation, also in Minnesota.
Oh my God. Done, dude.
You're the teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there's a white teacher.
First, I have an issue with elementary school graduation. That's a separate issue.
There's
Done.
one white kid.
person.
But it's not even like, okay, it's fine because this is the.
And we're not making a judgment about the people being bad
That's
people.
what I'm saying.
That's not what we're
And it's
saying.
also not about the color of their skin. It's the fact that they're wearing burqas.
No,
that's
it's
the
a
issue I
whole-
have. Because
It's nothing American.
50 years ago, the immigration experience in America was you came to America, you had, right, like your grandparents or Hannah's grandparents, they came to America, they had different cultures, they had different languages, different religions.
But they all assimilated to American
But
values
they
and beliefs.
joined America,
Yeah.
and then like your grandparents and Italian immigrant grandparents and Irish immigrant grandparents, Puerto Rican immigrant grandparents, all of them moved to New York, and they all became New Yorkers. All of them were New
Right
Yorkers.
now, they might have like the Jews stuck with the Jews, the blacks stuck with no. There was, but hear me out for a minute. We all got along, but everyone lived in this certain little towns that they
But
felt
you
comfortable.
didn't say I'm a Jew.
No.
that's just living here. You were
That-
like I'm a
right.
New Yorker.
Right.
I happen to be Jewish also,
Right,
and
correct.
we eat different food than you.
And
but
nothing
I
wrong with
love
it.
eating your food. I love going to
That's
an
right.
Italian restaurant.
And I believe in the American dream.
right
And
'Cause
capitalism
you were
and
New York
freedom.
at the end of the
Yep.
day. This to me, when I see these
Is
videos,
anti-America.
I'm just like, oh, it doesn't matter that they're black or whatever color they are. It's the fact that they're wearing burqas.
It's anti-America.
They're like, yeah, right. They're not trying to assimilate. They're trying to still be Somali.
So my point. So that's great. Don't do it in America. Do it where the fuck you came from. Stay where the fuck you are. Why do you have to do it here? You don't like your place, so yeah, you're gonna come to a place and destroy it too. That's what they're doing, Bronson. They want to take over. You know what it is? They thought Hitler was bad. They want one world order. That's what it is. One world order. You know that
you mean like
the Muslim view.
So this is in line with this.
Okay,
Yesterday,
remember the TikTok that we talked about the wedding dress?
yeah,
With whatever, and it got millions of views.
Yeah.
Mom said every comment was good except one comment. Someone may say, "Yeah, I was a Zionist."
There were a few that were like, "Oh, we guys don't support this woman because she's actually a Zionist."
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot more now. Yeah,
cocksuckers. Sorry, Hannah.
yeah.
Well, this shows you how retarded people are.
Okay, so yesterday
Yeah.
in LA, ICE did a raid of a Home Depot. They went in and they were like, we're going to arrest all the illegals, not arrest, but we're going to detain all the illegals and deport them. Okay, that's what ICE has been doing. Word got out in LA that this was happening at
Protesters
Home
stopped
Depot.
it?
And
Americans?
I mean,
sure.
I guess, I don't know. People met the ICE agents at Home Depot, and there was another office that it was happening to, like another business, and we're like fighting them, and it's been going on through the night and today.
So why
There's
doesn't
been
the army
huge-
get involved?
The National Guard was called in at 2 a.m.
Good.
But it's like, you got to see some of this shit. Let's see.
Unbelievable what people do.
This is
Let me
a
see.
protest. This was just before it became a.
So wait,
a
so
riot.
before you play that. So people that are here illegal, that they're trying to say we're going to take you and you're not here legally. We have people living in America that are opposing that.
This was last night. It's a war zone.
God, hon, have you seen this in
Yeah,
LA?
She doesn't like. We were watching last night. She didn't like looking at it. Look, they're having a standoff with agents. It's a war zone.
Why isn't the government just dropping bombs on these people?
You can't do that. That's
Why can't they shoot them?
you can't kill.
They're-
You can't kill Americans.
Why, if they're doing
The
this?
American. No, you.
No, here's my. Why can't these people be shot?
Oh, Hannah, Dale's Donuts? It's on fire right now. Permanently closed after a group of illegals set a car on fire in front of the business. It's like an iconic LA spot by the airport, kind of. You know, it's like the big donut.
Why is it that why
Dale's Donuts, that one.
Why is it if we do something now, we would go to jail and commit a crime, but you have all these fucking
Dale's.
people that oppose the army and the government and the police, and nothing happens to them?
Here, Dad, look, this is yesterday.
Why is that?
ICE forced to barricade themselves inside federal building until LAPD could intervene and rescue them.
Is that not crazy? Why is that? They should all be arrested.
Look, there's bomb. I don't know what that was. A firework being thrown at them. I've seen crazy videos of them trying to get out of this building. It was like a standoff. What's this? This says National Guard is set up across Los Angeles.
But nothing's being done.
Look at this.
What are they doing?
Let's skip forward. This is downtown LA.
It looks like a third world country.
It looks like a war zone.
Who would ever want to live there?
Look at this. And did you see that guy was trying to block the car?
They should run them over. Look at this. Losers.
Crazy.
Who would
Here,
who
look
would
at
want to
this
live
one.
there, Nell?
Yeah.
This is crazy. Yeah, doesn't happen.
It'll
in
probably
Miami.
happen in Miami because, I mean, it'll get squandered in Miami a lot quicker, but there's so many immigrants here. Look at this.
Would you ever oppose these
It's
people?
like a war zone.
Look.
This is a like liberal thing. LAPD advancing in the crowd and firing less lethals for minutes straight. Well, fuck the pigs. That's what the tweet said.
They probably use rubber bullets.
Could you imagine? Like, it's just so crazy to see these. This
I
is
can't
LA.
in America yet.
This feels like it's like
Look at the graffiti
Cuba.
in there. It's just terrible.
Crazy.
Oh, these are like the bean bags or something. This is a sick world we live in.
Look at this.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Fucking do it. Do it from point blank. Leave the area. I will, but go ahead. Go ahead, dude. Raise that fucking gun to me again.
Look.
Move. Let's move. You gotta chill the fuck
Look.
out, Al. Chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck. Chill
It's
the fuck
just a
out.
complete
Chill
lack
the
of
fuck out.
Respect.
respecting
Chill out.
the
Back
authority.
down, Adler, you little
There were
fucking
videos
bitch.
that I saw.
You're a little
Okay,
punk.
so
Sick
this is
world.
LAPD. Let me search up ICE.
Oh my God, this is crazy world we live in.
Okay, so the ironic thing is there's been like an iconic image that's come out of these riots. What's this?
Oh my God.
The videos of them driving away are crazy.
People don't care. Good. Good. Do something. Look at
Imagine
them jumping.
pulling a federal officer. This isn't a federal agent.
Make it big. I want to see this.
Imagine trying to.
I would
pull a
never get
federal
involved with
agent.
that. Would you?
Okay, so see how people are carrying Mexican flags?
Why are they even there?
They're there protesting the raid and the deportations.
Look at this.
These are federal cars.
I'm sorry if you're not here legally. Whatever.
So the ironic thing. What's this? This looks like New York, doesn't it? I think this is New York because these raids have been happening everywhere.
Oh my God.
Oh, here, look at this. This is an ICE convoy
some sort of smoke
carrying out, I guess, illegals.
Try and keep those people from the gate here. Okay, so here we are. We're in the middle of the street here.
What is your plan? Why are they're attacking
right
the car?
in front of this SUV here, but he's gonna. It's just such a dangerous
Don't you want to beat the shit out of that guy? So don't you want to beat the shit out of him?
Standing there and possibly get ran over by agents. So here they are. They're on 9th Street now.
It's
Crowd
crazy.
is running alongside.
These are just
these
crazy
vehicles.
These are
images.
assholes.
This is New York. Yeah, so look, it's happening in New York too.
We need more people. Why do we not have more people?
Or federal agents.
Yeah, why do we not have more people
I
there?
also don't want more federal agents though.
No, but you understand what I'm saying. Sick.
So in LA,
God.
a lot of people have been a lot of the protesters are flying Mexican flags. And then people have pointed out, which this is so true, it's like you're flying a flag of another country while you're protesting these people being sent back to Mexico. Why are you flying? If you're in America flying the flag of another country in protest for America, go to Mexico. Why aren't you there right now?
Right.
You can't be anti-American
No,
while you're in America.
That's what they want. They want the benefits of America.
You can't say it's just so ironic.
No,
are you that moronic?
Because they're all hypocrites. They all want the benefit of America. They want the benefits of America.
You can say I don't like where America's going. I want to make America better. This isn't American. But to fly a Mexican flag being Viva Mexico, it's then go to Mexico.
What about when
you there?
When Hamas and they did all stuff after October 7th, all the people were anti this, anti that. We're like, then go to fucking Palestine. Go to those places. We don't need you here.
It's just
the gays, the blacks, the liberals, they would kill them, right? If they would go move there. You don't like it. Get the fuck out of our country. Listen,
and if you were doing a protest like this in Mexico,
kill you. They would shoot you.
Yeah,
I literally. Well, but by the way, and that's why they don't protest anymore.
Right.
Do one time.
No, but also that's wrong.
No, it's not wrong.
The beauty of America is that we can protest without the government killing us.
Excuse me. Okay, standing in front of the car when the car's trying to go whatever.
You should be arrested. You shouldn't be killed.
But they're not arresting them.
No, I know, but you shouldn't be killed.
You know what?
No.
We don't need people like that.
No, it's literally the First Amendment. That's the beauty of America is that
that's not First Amendment.
No, I know.
That is not First Amendment.
I can protest.
That's different.
I can say
they're burning down the donut place.
Not a protest.
That's not a protest, but they're allowing it. They're allowing it.
But it's not a protest.
They're coming over the border and they put the stuff in the water and people remember to stop them from coming over and there was the lawsuits. Remember they put those big balls and those big things that would prevent people.
Yeah.
Okay. You come over once, you say stop. You are not allowed. If you come, you will be shot. And if they shoot the first two people, we'll never have anybody come over again. They don't do that.
But we shouldn't do that. That's not America.
If you say
that's what Iran does. That's what China does.
No. If you say hands up, you commit a crime. If you flee, you will be shot. And if people flee, they shoot them.
Yeah, that's not protesting.
My point is, we're too liberal with that stuff, and look where America's gotten us.
Yeah, but that's also what America...
Is it America anymore? Is it really America? Do you feel like you're in America right now? It's a problem.
It's crazy. It's been going on all day, yesterday and today.
If you showed me that, I never would have known it was L.A. Never. Let me say, that's America?
Isn't this crazy?
Wow. Terrible. You would never think this is America.
It's also crazy.
You would think you're in Palestine.
Yeah. Look, they're flying. These guys aren't protesting ICE.
That's also mob mentality.
They're just doing it because they're like, this is fun.
Stupid fucks. Terrible.
Wow, Pete Hegseth tweeted this.
What did he say?
He said, another mostly peaceful protest brought to you by Gavin Newsom. And
Yeah, that's peaceful. Exactly right.
And posted this picture.
That looks peaceful, doesn't it? California's got some serious issues, bro.
This is going to start happening everywhere because a lot of people are immigrants and a lot of people are against deportations. It's going to happen everywhere. Because there's also, there are stories, they went into Home Depot and deported a lot of people, workers, and they did it at another business. There are a lot of businesses.
Yes.
I was at lunch yesterday, and the guy at lunch, I don't know if it was his friend or he just saw it on the news. He said that there was a construction business that ICE raided this week, arrested 135 of the person's employees, which was the majority of his employees, deported them, and then you get fined for each infraction. So it's completely put this guy to business, completely. I mean, the guy was doing stuff illegal, but also it's like...
Those are the ones that want to work. They're the only ones that want to work.
Right,
Americans won't do those jobs.
The construction company isn't going to be able to hire 135 Americans to do that job. Or if they will, your house that cost $700,000 to build now is going to be $1.5 million.
Here's the way
we both were at 1.5.
If somebody wants to work and they're showing they're working here and they want to become a U.S. citizen, I think they should be granted a temporary visa.
U.S. citizen. It's like all we're saying is just come to America, get a work visa, and then you can work.
I'm fine with that.
Just don't come in illegally.
I'm fine with that.
Right.
I'm fine with that. I mean that. I'm fine with that.
Just be here so that you're documented, so that we have
and you help.
We have records of who's in the border,
and you're going to help make America better. You're working. You're being productive. You're getting paid. I find nothing. You're paying taxes. I find nothing wrong with that. By the way, nothing.
But also that's now harder and harder because it's really hard to come to America.
No one's getting them. Yeah, it's a problem.
It's almost impossible to come to America. So it's almost impossible to come into America, which I don't think is a bad thing. And then also we're getting rid of all these illegals, which I don't think is a bad thing. But we're going to have a huge problem in a year or two when we don't have labor, right? Like
we'll figure it out. America figured it out many years ago. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but it's going to have to be Americans are going to have to go back to the factories.
We'll figure it out. Yes,
but they don't want to.
But they're going to have to. We'll condition. Look at colleges for a moment. We see the higher education of these top schools. Nobody wants them. We see online colleges happening more.
Yeah,
we see
culture might
we see more how expensive colleges are. Not everybody can afford to go. We see more trades happening, which we talked about missing trades. So maybe we get more laborers in America.
We have to change the view of it. I feel like 50 years ago, you worked at a car factory. You just worked on the factory
line. Like when
your
dad was a cop, you became a cop.
Right, but like in the culture of America, you worked on the factory line at a car factory. You were proud of your job. It made enough to give your family a house, a car, everything. You came home and you were like, I did a hard day's work. Now, if you met someone and they were like, yeah, I work on a factory line, or if you met like a kid who was like, yeah, I just want to be a factory worker, you would be like, you can't be that. You need more ambition.
No, but maybe things
you need to follow your dreams. You need to be an influencer.
If we get
we need to. No, but you know what I mean. We need to change the culture to be like,
you
want to be a factory worker?
But it could happen
awesome.
in 2 or 3 generations if we don't change America first and make America the way based on capitalism, hard work, and based on merits and things like that. And you already see the college thing changing. You see that
the trade is a big change. I feel like 5-10 years ago, everyone just wanted to be famous or be, I don't know.
A lot more engineers now.
They didn't want to be a plumber or an electrician. Now people are like, yeah, I want to be a plumber. It's a good business.
You need trades. There's no metal fabricators anymore. It doesn't exist.
Yeah. We need people to work in steel mills, sawmills. Like we need those things.
If we build them here, people will work. They want jobs. People want to work. I don't think people want to sit home all day.
I don't know. The
social media.
I think a lot of the young generation, my generation included, they want
the easy way.
They want money. They don't want to work.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
All right, brother. I love you. Everybody,
love you
peace out.
You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.